is that potable water or?
It can be. I would flush it a while first, but it's the same water you drink in your house.
Okay. Oh, good. All right.
Mr. Mel, would you like to add anything?
Yes, just a couple of things. First, to echo what's already been said, not only all the volunteers, first aid and fire, particularly also on the employee side, public works and police, who spent a number of hours over the weekend and the hours after the storm, particularly the volunteers who were here pretty much constantly from the day the storm hit through at least a week past the storm damage actually hitting. And Buzzy, I don't know how many people realize how many hours he spent not just manning physically at the firehouse, but staying in contact with the county OEM, the preparatory work he described, and really, having seen this happen a few times before, but not on this magnitude, the work just beginning now, working with FEMA, which is actually kind of it's the humdrum part of the job. You know, it's exciting during the storm, and obviously everybody who's involved in emergency services certainly gets involved to help people directly. But the paperwork that goes along with a storm like this, and working with FEMA to ensure not only the town gets proper reimbursement, but also individuals are directed through the process for assistance. And I know Buzzy's experience is going to come in invaluable in the next couple of weeks as we go through that process. I did want to highlight some of the key areas of damage. We took approximately a $50,000 hit with respect to the washout of Roxicus Road. The good news is the Public Works Department was able to stabilize the road on a temporary basis to get it reopened, and they were able to do that within monies that we have in our budget still left over from proceeds not utilized on the resurfacing program. We were able to come in under budget here, so they were able to use that differential to cover what we need at this point to fund the money. Obviously, we anticipate getting reimbursed from the federal government for the lion's share of that cost, but the state, as many of you may be aware, has in this unique storm made available funding for the remaining 25%, which is not covered by the federal government. We will be putting in an application for that, but a good portion of that will be for road repair. But we also had damage to the tennis court at Mount Pleasant. The township swim pond was damaged significantly. Aerator, docks. We have some minor damage in the sewer plant, but not as bad as what we've had in past storms like this. But all of this will be recoverable from past experience. We expect it to be recoverable through the FEMA process. And of course, Buzzy mentioned the school and the damage that they took, and even though that will be a concurrent reimbursement request, we will help them shepherd that through the process. So there will be a lot of paperwork. I should also mention the overtime costs that the township incurred will all be eligible for reimbursement as well. And we are in the process of tallying that up. As Buzzy said, he's meeting tomorrow morning for an initial meeting on the submittal of that funding request. So, you know, in whole, we did better than a lot of communities surrounding us, but there still was a fair amount of damage, and there's still a lot of work out for us to ensure that we both get the repairs completed, but also hopefully get some funding back to avoid it having a further impact on our local budget.
Thank you, Mr. Melvin. I'd like to move on to approval of the minutes. Regular meeting minutes, August 23rd, 2011. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Not all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed by a like sign, so moved. Can I have a motion to approve the executive session minutes of August 23rd, 2011?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed by a like sign. I have a few announcements. First is that the family clam bake has been moved from September 10th to September 24th. My personal opinion is I think the fire department made a wise choice to move it. One, I think they're all exhausted from the amount of hours they put in prior to September 10th. I think that would have really taxed their physical stamina. Two, I don't think the park is in great shape physically. Three, I heard that we can't get clams because the clam beds are closed, so it's a little tough to have a clam bake without that. I'm sure Mother Nature is going to shine down on Mendham Township on the 24th. Second, I've been assured by Governor Christie that the damages that were reported in, as Mr. Mountain said, will be paid for by FEMA. FEMA has also said that if you have damage to your home, there's a hotline, and I think we should get that number up on our website. Please file a claim with your homeowner's insurance company and then contact FEMA, get the forms, file them. I'm assured that you will get reimbursed. Second, I'm assured from Governor Christie that he is going to take JC&P&L to task over the problems they had getting the power restored. A large section of our town was without power for 5 days. I received several phone calls in the middle of the night, 2:30, 3:30 in the morning, telling me the power was restored when the power was not restored. Why I needed to get phone calls at 3 o'clock in the morning is beyond me, but it was impossible to contact anyone at JCP&L. There will be hearings held by the Board of Public Utilities on the response from all of the utilities to this storm. Obviously, there may be legitimate reasons for whatever happened. Maybe there aren't, but obviously a lot of us feel that the communication should have been much, much better. All I wanted to know was how many days can we expect to be out so that we can prepare our citizens. I wouldn't mind if they told me 5, I wouldn't mind if they told me 3, I wouldn't mind if they told me 7. They couldn't tell me anything. But at least if we had a number, we could at least prepare ourselves and our residents for a time period that they had to exist before their power was restored. So if you would like to have your sentiments heard, I have been encouraged to have you either attend or mail your comments to the Board of Public Utilities and to the utility. They will conduct a hearing, we'll hear from them, and I know the governor is very irate as to the response from JCP&L.
Are we going to put that information on the website?
I'm hoping that Mr. Mountain can get that on the website, yes. Second, there is a rumor floating around town that the western part of town during the period that we had no power was being vandalized. That rumor is not founded. We did not suffer any such type of situation in town. My last announcement is I have a response to a recent letter to the editor that appeared in the Observer Tribune on September 8th, 2011, and signed by the mayors of Chester Township, Mendham Borough, and Washington Township. With all due respect to my fellow mayors, I firmly believe in government of the people, by the people, for the people, and not government of the people, by some of the mayors, for some of the mayors. If you're going to engage in good decision-making, the process must be one of inclusion and not exclusion. More minds are better than fewer minds. The process must be open and subject to scrutiny. Opposing viewpoints are not unproductive. They may, and indeed many times they do, point out deficiencies in the thought process, and therefore they must be viewed as an essential and necessary component of the process. In their letter, the mayors state, and I quote, "We have also asked Mayor Cioppettini several times to put forward a plan of action on how to educate our constituents of all the facts as well as outline for us proposed educational goals and solutions he is seeking if he in fact did not agree to our steps to go forward on how to accomplish this. I do not recall the mayors ever asked me to do such work. However, notwithstanding that fact, I will, with the support of my fellow township committee members, not only propose, but we will implement a plan of action on how to educate our constituents of the facts, advantages, and disadvantages to the two realistically attainable options for our communities. With regard to goals and solutions I am seeking, I do not agree, as that is not my function or role as an elected official. I will not propose such, as my personal viewpoints are not material. The goals and solutions should be the collective work of the majority of the voters in each municipality. As an elected official, it is my responsibility to put forward and support the views of the majority, which I am committed to do. Anyone, regardless of the town they reside in, who would like to be part of this process is welcome and encouraged to join us. You may contact me or any member of the Township Committee if you would like to be included. In order to implement, accomplish, and put forth what the mayors have asked of me, we will need their cooperation and that of the West Morris Regional High School District in making sure that we are forwarded the documents that we requested in my letter to Doug Pachanik of September 6, 2011 in an unfettered and timely manner. In addition, we will require the use of the auditorium or some other similar space at Mendham High School on a date to be mutually agreed upon and no later than November 15, 2011. We are seeking a process that is a positive, results-oriented path which provides our constituents with not only the hope, but the reality that they, the stakeholders in this matter, will have an opportunity to participate in an open, thorough, and complete analysis discussion, and ultimately arrive at informed decisions based on the will of the majority. Our proposed timetable for an announcement of our plan will be end of this month. I look forward to this opportunity and thank you. At this time, I'd like to open the meeting for hearing persons present. If anyone would like to state or say something.